Hey everybody! Alright, I'm going to talk about realms of heaven today, mainly because I had a peculiar experience. This was just like a couple days ago. I was on my walk and I was going to do a short series on realms of heaven because I've been doing short series on kind of obscure spiritual topics like fourth dimensional parasites and astral prisons and astral implants. And I just finished my chakra removal one, which these are topics that are a little bit obscure and kind of maybe not the most sought after conversations. So I wanted to lighten it up a little bit before I do my short series on like psychic attack. Negative. No, we're going to turn it into something warm and fuzzy like realms of heaven. Okay. So the peculiar experience I had on my walk, because I like to kind of connect with the theme and then see what my guides have to echo back to me. And so, yes, we talked about realms of heaven, and I thought it was very interesting. Okay, so we have a human construct, and that human construct gives us this viewpoint of reality, okay? Now, if we take human out of the picture, then what is reality? Is it what the human believes reality is, or is it what reality actually is? Now, realms of heaven is a human construct. And okay, so I just want to say that for starters, and I'm going to explain more because I wanted to sit down and make a video and talk about stuff, but I really wasn't sure where I was going to go with this other than I was going to say that. I'm going to actually pause and ask my guides, why am I talking about this right now? I want to give feedback. I am going to do a short series on this. Just a moment. Because I'm really in the mood with you guys. Actually, I'm a role model here. You could be just like me if you want to be. I don't know if I recommend it. Okay, but if you just silence out the human world, you have to practice this if you want to get good at it. And so nothing of the human world is real. It's just like, it's a tool that I'm exploring in order to have this experience. And so I embrace it, right? But I can tune out of it if I want to, and then I can tune into whatever I want based upon my intention. So right now, I'm tuning into the human world through making this video and sharing miscellaneous stuff. Now I'm just going to tune out of the human world so I can hear my spirit guides. I'm going to ask them if they could, why am I feeling like I need to talk about this? I'm just going to ask them this question. You ever want to ask your spirit guides a question? Why am I doing this? Is this the best use of my time and energy? They don't always answer, by the way, but we'll see if they answer me on this. They instantly teleport me into an experience where, okay, this is important. This is what it's like to be human. And the sensation is of being in a dimensional space. So an energy space that is a living, breathing reality. It could be as small or as large as it requires itself to be, based upon your personal needs. And the sensation is disconnect, like God is far, far, far away, or what is the goodness? What is the genuine vibration of what is the goodness is so far away. And even where's the goodness in people, or where's the goodness in my job, or where's the goodness in my life, or where's the goodness, where you feel a reciprocating energy that you don't have to try. It's just, you sort of swim in the pool of the goodness, right? And so that's our heaven, That's what we sense it, we feel it in our soul, that there is a state of heaven. And so we work with that construct because the best we can define it as a place where there's goodness and there's good people and there's good memory and there's good exchanges, and we feel that's true inside ourselves, you know? What's difficult about the space they're showing me is the utter loneliness. Like, it's crushing, you know? It's crushing, and perhaps that we all carry it. That's why we all know what it feels like. We all seek to, in some way, you'll either embrace it and then like it, or you will deny yourself it to become possessive of people or whatever you want to do with it. And it seems to me that something about the gift of being human is the ultimate struggle. What is the loneliness is, you could say, the separation from God, or the separation from the wholeness, or the separation from one's own bliss self. Bliss self being your free soul, okay? So, and in some way, we long to have just a tiny little piece of that, you know, just to reconcile that sense of loneliness, to just have a tiny little breath of that. And so we long for it. Then we long for heaven, or we long to leave this world to go to a better place. Or we long for people who struggled in life to see them in a better place, you know? Whether it's a human person or it's an animal person. And some people really have a big heart for the animals, and they see them suffering and they want to see the animals finding a good place. That good place should be on earth, right? It should be a good place for humans and animals, etc. It's a complex world, you know? It's a complex world. My guides are asking me, what was so difficult about that conversation on your walk? And I say it was your attitude. Because it feels to me like we have to be reminded about how... Okay. Where would I begin? Because we talked about many things. Here's one of the things we talked about. You are on your deathbed and you're surrounded by family. This family loves you. Now you've died and now you're not on your deathbed. Where are you? You could say, well, you're in that space watching your family, looking at your dead body on the bed in the hospital, let's just say. Are you human or are you spirit in that moment? And what separates you from being human and then being spirit? Because you're not animating a physical body, then what are you? Now it's up to you to decide what your attachments are going to be. Are your attachments going to be to the people? Do you want to look at your own funeral? Do you want to watch your family grow up? Do you want to be present with their grief and support them through it? Or do you want to let go of everything about this world? Even your anguish, your unresolved issues, the wrongings that were done to you that should have been set right, whatever that person, you know, it's like the pain holds us here. And sometimes it's love pain. Like, I can't let you go. I love you too much. I can't let you go. Like Romeo and Juliet or something like this. The pain of love. Or it's the pain of living. And so these are constructs. These are constructs. We're not just a soul. We are a collective. I, Abbey, am not just one soul. I am a collective. And I'm not just a collective of my own life. I'm going to explain how you can tell that you're a collective. Do you ever find that there's some stubborn aspect of yourself? And sometimes a stubborn aspect, if you're really self-aware, you'll notice it has its own kind of behavior. And sometimes it comes back to haunt you. And it could be a gloom of depression, or it could be, you know, you might even be able to see it. Because I'm so sensitive to seeing things that I can see the aspects of myself. And some are real shattered parts. And I've been trying to heal these for years. And that I can integrate into the shattered part. I choose not to channel the shattered part into this world. I choose to channel what is my whole self as best as I can express it. What I believe is a strong and upstanding person that I want to live with. Okay, so in the next 30 years, when I look back, it's like, okay, I can live with everything that I've ever been, done, said, because I didn't let the shattered part control me. Okay, so I feel like I'm an upstanding representative of my many selves. But now when I die, what are going to happen to those aspects? Because those pain aspects, which are pretty monstrous looking at times, like, it's like, dang, are you ever going to stop that? Like, are you going to put that suffering down? Are you ever going to come out of your darkness? Are you ever going to, and I have to love them unconditionally, and I have to be patient with time. And so which aspect of me is going to be standing in that hospital room, or on, who knows, maybe I'll die on the streets. I don't freaking know how I'm going to die. Maybe I'll die in a car accident. I don't know how I'm going to freaking die. But I might be standing there looking at it. I could still be in shock because soul trauma. What aspect of me, though, is going to be reconciling my transition? And what aspects of me are going to stay to continue working through what their pain is? And what aspects of me are going to let it all go in order to transcend and become my bliss self, which is incomprehensible to the human mind. We could feel it or define it as ecstasy, but it's not necessarily about going to a place. Like, I'm going to go to a place where it looks like clouds and sunshine, or I'm going to go to a place where it looks like a green field and I get to ride horses for the rest of eternity. You know, those are actual self-imprisoning spaces, believe it or not. That sounds crazy, I know. See, it's like, how would I ever talk about realms of heaven if I have to bring up this divine truth that it could be raw? It's like, why don't we just scrape our flesh off when we talk about realms of heaven? Because we just want it to be warm and fuzzy. But the truth is human constructs. And the truth is we are many. I am a collective of many aspects of myself. But I'm also part of the collective of this whole world, which is a collective of many aspects of itself, including our ancestors, including our future selves, including all of the beings that are interacting with us, spirit, alien, angel. I mean, this is a huge world. This is a just seriously incredibly huge world, okay? It's incomprehensibly huge. That's why we have to know that if we want to expand our interpretation of an interdimensional reality, can we let go of everything we think we know, everything we feel safe with? We feel safe with our pain. Now we feel safe holding on to things. We feel safe working with what is familiar. We feel safe with, but it's time to let go and become the incomprehensible, right? So, example, I came across this was some years ago, person I knew that passed away, visited them in the infinite universe, and it was a difficult death. Okay, I'm just gonna say that was a difficult death. It came as a shock, and it wasn't on good circumstances. Okay, it was a difficult death. And so when I went to visit them, this was actually a year after they died. Why I didn't do it right away, I just didn't feel guided to for some reason. They were in a forest, and they had their own little place in the woods, and they were living out an independent, individual, peaceful type heaven. And that was like an intermediary space that they required, because they required time to reconcile their memories, reconcile their life, be the human that they remember living the life they perhaps couldn't live. And so they were in an eternity alone in the woods in their home, what is exactly what they wanted. But the truth is they didn't know how to reconcile the pain so that they could truly let go of everything, including the pain that was incomprehensible. So now they're here in this dimensional heaven space, which is comfort. It's a prison. Do you understand what I mean about prison? I know this is going to cringe people out. This is going to like irk something on the inside, like, how dare you, Abbey? How dare you? So naturally, my calling is always to I'm always all about facing fear. I'm always all about embracing and facing pain. I don't particularly enjoy it, just like anybody else. I know there's love involved in this, so I choose to be transformed by my pain. I teach people how to do this. I'm facing fears of every single possible kind. Don't hold yourself back here. You get this one life to do it all. Come on, get it done. But, you know, sometimes things happen and life is really, really hard and it builds up upon you and you need just a transition space. So when I went in here, the conversation is, obviously, how are you? It's nice to see you. And then me knowing, vibrationally knowing in my soul that the most important thing here is to let you know it's okay to explore beyond this space. Because your eternity won't be anything but this. And maybe this is all you can work with for now. But I need to at least plant a seed to remember there is so much more than just this. So true heaven is your infinite expression that has nothing to do with pain, has nothing to do with being human, because your soul is not just a human. It's everything, okay? You're the fabric of the very universe, for God's sakes. You're God, you know, you're a God aspect. Like you are incomprehensibly amazing. And are you capable of letting go when you're standing there in that hospital by looking at yourself, looking at family, or maybe looking at nobody? That could be the end. It's just you and nobody. And that could be the pain that hold you back. You know, it's not about the light at the end of the tunnel. My guys were telling me, you know, people talk about light. What light? Do you even know what light is? You have an idea, human construct of light. But if you were to let go of seeking some kind of light calling you, it's actually just your heart or your soul. Like, you don't have a heart, right? You don't have a voice, you don't have eyes. You're just an incomprehensible energy expression. You're just vibration. You're just melding with the all again. But do you want that? Does that freak you out? Maybe you want to be an individual soul going into a place where you can just be peaceful for all eternity, but you're not reconciling and you're not growing. But it's still okay. Like everything is okay. Every choice is okay. But there'll always be comers and goers to plant seeds for your soul to continue to explore itself. Because truly what this is all about, our real heaven is inside here. And I carry it. I, Abbey, carry it. You carry it. You don't have to go to it. You carry it inside yourself. Your true heaven, right? And so your true heaven, you have to listen to what is inside yourself. It's not about seeing anything. It's about even closing the concept of eyes in order to be the vibration of all that you are. And so your true heaven is inside here. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell you that. I hope you enjoy this conversation. If I can help you in a way, if I can help you in a way, some way, any way, however I can, you can book a session at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I'm also on Patreon, patreon.com/abbeynormalswisdomquest. Have an awesome day, everybody.